Sa video natin ngayon, we will discuss a subtopic of torsion under flanged bolt couplings. Now, a flanged bolt coupling is a rigid mechanical connection used to join two coaxial shafts so that torque can be transmitted from one shaft to another. So we have two shafts here, this one and this one. Then ito naman, yan yung tinatawag natin na flange. Itong dalawa, flange. So these flanges are connected together by a bolt or a series of bolts. So ito yung bolts natin. Ayan. And we will assume that these bolts are evenly spaced. So kapag inikot natin yung shaft na to, this is actually a hollow shaft. Kapag inikot natin yan, iikot din yung flange. And once the flange rotates, this shaft right here will also rotate. So for example, we apply here a torque na paganyan. Iikot yung shaft, iikot din yung flange. And this will also rotate. Now, the flanges rotate because the bolts are actually keeping them together. So, para mag-rotate yung isang flange relative to the other, yung connection na yan yung responsible. So, for example, iikot yung flange na to, merong shearing stress na madedevelop dito sa bolts since essentially meron tayong force applied parallel to the cross-section of the bolt. So that's why, for our key considerations, we are going to determine the shear stress in bolts due to the transmitted torque. Now, in some cases, the bearing stress between bolts and flange holes. So, same lang ito sa bearing stress na topic natin, wherein we use a projected area equal to the diameter multiplied by the thickness. The thickness here is the thickness of the flange, and the diameter would be the diameter of the bolts. And another thing, going back to our previous topic, we are also interested in the torsional stress in the shafts. So yung formula natin na TR over J. Now, to avoid overcomplicating things, the design assumes uniform load distribution among bolts. We use the ideal case, although the real behavior talaga would involve slight deformations and merong mga tolerance, lalo na kapag flexible connection. Sometimes, the load could be uneven if the two flanges would also be uneven. Usually kasi kapag flexible, meron kang flexible material in between the flanges. Ayan. So, this material is allowed to move. So, this shaft and this shaft may sometimes be uneven. But again, we are considering rigid shafts, meaning walang flexible na connection. Yung dalawang flange, automatic sila yung connected. So since we assume uniform load distribution, the force in each bolt would have the same amount. For example, we have a torque applied, and ito yung flange natin, and we have 8 bolts arranged in a circle. So this is the center of the circle. Itong broken line, yan yung tinatawag natin na bolt circle. From the center going to the bolt circle, this is what we call the bolt radius. So the bolt circle contains the bolts. Ayan, the series of bolts. So we label this as R. And then if we draw the forces, for example, for this bolt right here, from the center going to the bolt, we have this moment arm. Ayan. And our force will be perpendicular to this distance. So, our perpendicular distance is actually always equal to R. So, merong force na madedevelop dyan, perpendicular to the radius. We label this as P. Ayan. If ito naman yung bolt na i-consider natin, then from the center going to the bolt, we still have another force acting perpendicular sa radius. So, this would be P. Ayan, perpendicular. And we know na yung torque is just the twisting moment. Twisting moment is just equal to force multiplied by distance. But, we have 8 bolts right here. So, essentially, 8 amount of P's multiplied by the radius, yan yung resisting torque natin. So ngayon, what is the force equal to? Diba, the force is equal to P. And the moment arm, the distance, is equal to the radius. So, P multiplied by R. But we're going to multiply this by the number of volts. So, let's say the number of volts is denoted by N. We have P multiplied by R, force times distance, multiplied by the number of volts. Yan yung resisting torque. So we are able to come up with this formula. The resisting torque is equal to the force in each bolt multiplied by the bolt radius multiplied by the number of bolts. Ayan. Now in some cases, we would have 2 bolt circles, so dalawang layers ng bolts. So ito yung first formula natin. Now for the general relationship for concentric bolt circles with varying materials, this first figure is isang layer lang, assuming same material. But this one, we have 2 bolt radii. First is this one, from the center going to the outer circle, and another one from the center going to this inner circle. So, concentric bolt circles, and let's say varying materials. Sabihin natin, this is steel, and ito naman aluminum. Yung general relationship natin for rigid flanges is that the shear deformations in the bolts are proportional to the radial distances from the shaft axis. Now, by Hooke's law, alam natin na stress, shear stress is equal to the shear strain. Yung shear strain is gamma multiplied by the shear modulus of elasticity, which is the same as modulus of rigidity. Yung label natin dyan is G. Ayan. So, simplifying, the strain is equal to tau divided by G. Ayan. And again, the shear deformations in the bolts are proportional to the radial distances from the shaft axis. So, we define the shear deformation in terms of the strain. So, we have strain 1 corresponding to, let's say, the inner layer is equal to strain 2 corresponding to the outer layer. Proportional daw sila sa radial distance. So, yung radial distance for the outer layer, let's say this is R2, and the radial distance for the inner layer is equal to R1. So, gamma 1 is to R1 equals gamma 2 is to R2. Ayan. But we know that strain is equal to tau divided by G. So, we have here tau over G. Yung G, ilalagay ko na lang beside R1. So, let's say for the first material, we have G1, R1, and this would be tau 1 is equal to tau 2 over G2 multiplied by R2. Ayan. So, this is the general relationship. Now, what if made of the same material and same size yung dalawang bolts? Let's say yung sa inner layer and outer layer, same material and same size. We can define the shear stress as force over area. So, sabihin natin, this would be P1 over area 1 divided by G1 R1 then equals P2 over area 2 divided by G2 R2 if same material, same yung value ng modulus of rigidity. So, this would cancel. Ayan. If same size din, same yung area, so magka-cancel. Therefore, P1 over R1, yan yung matitira, is equal to P2 over R2. So, this is true if same material and same size. Ayan, lagyan natin ng OR. But ito yung pinaka-general, just try to memorize this one. And meron tayong tinatawag na polar moment of inertia of a bolt group. So we have a series of bolts right here, arranged in a circle. We can compute its polar moment of inertia by summing up the area multiplied by x squared plus y squared. Now, ano yung x squared plus y squared? Let's identify our center. Ayan. And let's say this is our bolt of interest. Diba, meron siyang radial distance from the center. The radial distance is equal to rho. Yan yung label natin sa previous discussion. So, ngayon, yung x dyan, yan yung horizontal distance from the center. So, from the center, we project a vertical line from the center of the bolt. Ayan. This horizontal distance will be considered as x. And this vertical distance naman, from the center of the bolt going to the center of the circle, yan yung y. Now, by Pythagorean theorem, we can form a triangle kasi. This is a right triangle. Diba, by Pythagorean theorem, hypotenuse squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. Ayan. So, you may also change this one. Magiging j is equal to the summation of a sub n, where a sub n is the area of each bolt multiplied by rho squared. Ayan. So, ito yung polar moment of inertia of a bolt group. Equal to rho lang din. Now, this is helpful since alam natin na yung rho is the radial distance lang, so that would also be equal to the bolt radius. Now, we will try to solve problems later using this general relationship and also using the polar moment of inertia of a bolt group. So, let's first solve problem 1. A flange bolt coupling consists of 8 10 mm diameter steel bolts on a bolt circle 400 mm in diameter and 6 10 mm diameter steel bolts on a concentric bolt circle 300 mm in diameter. So we actually have two layers. For the outer circle, the bolt circle is 400 mm in diameter. So we have this one right here, the outer one. And for the inner one, the bolt circle is 300 mm in diameter, consisting of 6 10 mm diameter steel bolts. So steel yung first layer, steel din yung second layer, made of the same material pala sila. And then yung diameter ng outer layer is 10 mm, sa inner 10 mm pa rin, so same material and same size. We can use this general relationship, P1 over R1 equals P2 over R2. Now, the question is, what torque can be applied without exceeding a shearing stress of 60 megapascal in the bolts? So, to solve this problem, since we have two layers, we first define our center. Draw tayo ng line dyan. Ito yung center. And we can define this as P2 for the outer layer. Ayan. And for the inner layer naman, let's say ito. Ayan. We have P1. So, meron tayong distance na R1, R2, and also R1. Ayan. Now, what is R2? R2 corresponds to the outer radius. For be careful lang since yung 400 mm dyan is the diameter. So, dividing that by 2, makukuha natin yung radius. R2 pala is equal to 200 mm. Ayan. And R1 naman corresponds to the inner radius. 300 mm yung diameter ng inner circle. So, half of that is 150. So, R1 equals 150 mm. Now, if we're gonna sum up the resisting torque, Di ba alam natin na T is equal to P multiplied by the moment arm, R, multiplied by the number of bolts. Now, since we have two layers, we're gonna sum up P1 R1 multiplied by N sub 1 plus P2 R2 multiplied by N sub 2. Ayan, so this will be our torque. Now, the problem is, hindi natin alam yung P1 saka P2. So, we have P1, R1 is equal to 150. This is in mm. And the number of bolts sa first layer is equal to 6. So, multiplied by 6. Ayan. Then, plus P2 multiplied by R2. R2 naman is equal to 200. And N2 is equal to 8. We have 8 bolts sa outer layer. Again, this is still in mm. Then, multiplied by 8. Ayan. Now, notice na we have two unknowns. But we can describe one in terms of the other. Alam kasi natin na if same size and same material, we have this relationship. P1 over R1 is equal to P2 over R2. Ayan. Now, R1 is equal to 150. So, P1 is to 150 equals P2 is to 200. Ayan. We can multiply 150 sa kabilang side ng equation. So, P1 equals P2 multiplied by 150 over 200. And this would simplify into 3 over 4. So, P1 equals 3 over 4 of P2. Ayan. So, yung next question is, what carries the larger load? Is it the outer layer or the inner layer? Ayan. By inspection, the larger load is carried by the outer layer. Kasi nga, yung P1 is only 3/4 or 75% of P2. So, mas malaki yung P2. Therefore, yung shearing stress na 60 megapascal, we need to equate that sa outer layer since magagovern kasi yung mas malaking load na dinadala. So, P2 is larger than P1, P2 governs. So, if P2 governs, we apply this limit sa shearing stress in order to solve P2. So, alam natin na tau is equal to force over area. The shear stress is 60 megapascal equal to Newton per mm squared yan, yung megapascal. Then, yung P is actually P2 and our area is equal to 10 mm yung diameter, so pi over 4 multiplied by 10 mm squared. Ayan. So, we can now solve P2. So, solving P2, we can obtain this value. So, P2 pala is equal to 4712.38898. And this will be in newtons. Magka-cancel kasi yung mm squared. So, if this is P2, we can also solve P1 na. We just substitute this value for P2. Ayan. So, 3/4 of this value, ayan, P1 pala is equal to answer multiplied by 3 over 4. So, we have 3534.291735. And this will be in newtons. So, we substitute these values sa torque na expression natin. We would have this expression. So, shift store, lagay ko na lang yan sa B. And yung isa naman, 4712.38898, shift store, lagay ko sa A. Ayan. So, shift store B, yan yung 3534 times 150 multiplied by 6 plus A, this one, times 200 multiplied by 8. We have this value. Now, this unit is in Newton mm and mm. You can convert this into kilonewton meter by dividing this by 1,000 squared. Ayan. So, this is equal to 10.72 kilonewton meter. So, this would be our final answer. Now, alternatively, we can use the formula tau is equal to TR over J. Diba ito yung formula natin sa maximum torsional shear stress for solid or hollow shafts. We can also apply this right here. But yung J na gagamitin natin would be the polar moment of inertia of the bolt group. So, recall na yung formula natin is summation of area multiplied by rho squared. Now, since same material lang yung inner layer and outer layer, we can actually factor out the area. And yung summation of rho squared naman will just be the number of bolts multiplied by the respective radial distances, quantity squared. So, bali ito yung mangyayari. The shearing stress is limited to 60 megapascal. So, we write it here, 60 Newton per mm squared. Ayan. Equals TR over J. So, yung T, yan yung ano natin. Diba? Torque yung hinahanap. Torque in kilonewton meter. So, we have T multiplied by R. Ano yung R na gagamitin? Yung R na gagamitin is the largest radial distance which corresponds to the outer circle. So, the outer circle has a radius of 200 mm. Yung bolt radius niya. And yung J naman will be equal to the area of one bolt. Again, we factor it out. So, yung area ng isang bolt is pi over 4 multiplied by 10 mm squared. Ayan. Again, we have summation of A rho squared. Yan yung J natin. So, we already have this expression. Ayan. For rho squared naman, sa outer circle, we have 8 bolts. So, 8. And yung radius niya radial distance from the center is equal to 200 mm. So 8 200 mm squared plus for the inner circle, we have 6 volts multiplied by 150 mm. Then this would also be squared. Ayan. So this bottom expression is the polar moment of inertia of the bolt group. And we can directly solve T without using these relationships. So if we try it here, we have 60 is equal to T multiplied by 200. Then we divide this by pi over 4 times 10 squared area times the summation of rho squared. So 8 times 200 squared plus 6 times 150 squared. Ayan. So, shift solve, kunin natin si T, we are able to obtain this value. So, same lang kanina. Ayan, up to the last decimal place. Exact talaga. And we divide this by 1,000 squared na lang para maging kilonewton meter. We still arrive with the same answer, 10.72. So, solving T using this formula still yields the same value. But you can only apply this if same yung material. If hindi same yung material, mas maganda if yung solution is by this conventional method. We use tau 1 over G1 R1 equals T2 over G2 R2. Or simply, yung mnemonic dyan is tiger.